What's up, Shay Bays? It's your girl Simply Shay here, back with yet another video for our segment Ladies Corner. Today's word of the day is He loves you. So without further ado, let's go.
Simply Shay, Simply Shay.
Hey Shay with the word of the day. Room low with the things you say. It's your girl Simply Shay. This spiritual word of the day. It's Simply Shay. It's Simply Shay. It's Simply Shay.
Simply Shay, Simply Shay. Shay, 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 shay.
Simply Shay.
Simply Shay, Simply Shay, Simply Shay.
Alright, Shay Bays, so like I said, today's word of the day is He loves you. And so I actually kind of got this inspiration from a TikTok that I watched a couple months ago, and was kind of scrolling through my phone and found it, and it really blessed me. And so in it, the man is talking and he's like, there's this common lie that is told to us, as Christians, and it's that God accepts you as you are. And he was like, God doesn't accept you as you are. It's not that He accepts you as you are, it's that He loves you as you are, in spite of all of the negativity, the sin, everything bad that makes you who you are. God loves you as you are, but He loves you enough not to leave you as you are, not to leave you that same way. And it really got me thinking, just being a single woman and knowing and I guess understanding how other women think. Sometimes we get ourselves in these situations where we are in our singleness and we start to feel lonely. We start to feel kind of like, okay, God, when is it going to be my time? And you just start asking yourself all of these questions, and start questioning yourself. Are my standards too high, and should I be doing this and should I be doing that, and just different things like that. And when I was watching the video, I was reminded of a quote that I don't even know who said it or how I saw it, but it said, every relationship brings out a different side of you. Some of it brings out, it's either going to be the best part or the worst part. And just watching that video, it really made me realize that in our time of singleness is our time to build our relationship with God, is our time for us to allow Him to bring out the best in us. And I guess I'll speak for myself. I had a picnic with a friend of mine over the weekend, and one thing she asked me, she just is like, Shay, what is it that you're looking for in a guy? And as I started going through the long list of things, I say long list, but the list of things that I was looking for, I really just resolved on just wanting someone that saw me, that accepted me, that pushed me to be better, didn't want me to change in a negative way, you know what I mean, that kind of just accepted me and all of those things. And this video kind of gave me a reminder and a just bit of encouragement to remind myself that while I'm waiting in my singleness, God is that person, that I serve a God who loves me just as I am. But not only does He love me just as I am, He loves me enough to push me to be the best version of myself. He loves me enough to push me and pull out of me the very best that I have to offer, the very best that I have to give, that while in this moment of singleness, it's really a moment for me to get to know God, and in getting to know Him, getting to know the woman of God that He called me to be, getting to know the best and the worst parts about me, because God loves us through the good and the bad. He loves us enough to show us the bad, to show us the parts. Hey, Shay, you're a little lax in that area. You're not too good in this area. Hey, you need to be a little bit better here. Hey, you need to be a little bit better there. He loves us enough to show us ourselves, to show us the brokenness of who we are, show us the sinful, just nasty thing that we are. But He also loves us enough to put us back together. He loves us enough to make us new. He loves us enough to build us up. He loves us enough to not leave us in the mess that we come to Him in. And so I want to encourage all of my single ladies, all of my ladies that are going through a season of singleness, that are going through a season where you're kind of teeter-tottering, and it's just like, man, I wish, I had someone to go on dates with. That's what I was telling my friend, I am kind of like, man, it would be awesome just to have someone to go on adventures with. I'm an adventurous person. But, just to do those cute things with and all of those things. But I also have to realize that God has me in this season for a reason. That in this time, that video reminded me that, hey, now's the time for me to work on my relationship with God, for me to allow him to completely heal me, completely restore me, to completely bring out the Shaylin that he called me to be, so that when it's time for him to, put me with my Mr. Right or whatever, that I'm not a half of a person. That I'm not the same broken person I was a year or so ago. That I'm not the same broken person I was 5 years ago. That I'm not the same Shaylin that I was 6 months ago. So I want to encourage all of my single ladies, and guys too if you're watching, but this is Ladies Corner, to get to a place where in your singleness, in your time of loneliness, in your time of not really understanding, of seeing your friends either getting pregnant or getting engaged and all of those things. I said that to a friend of mine the other day. I'm like, everybody I know either freaking pregnant or getting engaged or might as well be engaged. And I'm just working, but in that time, see God through it. Allow God to do something new in you through it. Allow God's love to be enough for you. Allow God's love to heal you. Allow God's love to renew you. Allow God's love to be everything that you need, that you don't have from man, that you feel like you need from man. Because where a lot of us mess up, we get in these positions where we're longing for companionship. We're so longing for someone to be there and to see us and all of these things, that we settle, that we get tricked, that we allow men to pull the wool over our eyes, and we look back 5 years later not even knowing who it is that we done married, who it is we done had a baby with, who it is we done got ourselves entangled in. And that is not a good place to be. So in your time of singleness, in your time of being by yourself, of self-discovery, allow God's love to be enough. Allow God's love to completely transform you. Allow his love to create in you a self-love. That is a prayer that I pray all the time, that God helps me to see myself how he sees me. Because I know nobody loves me more than God does. I know nobody, knows what's in me more than God does. So I believe that if I can see myself how he sees me, then it'll increase my self-confidence. It'll, take away any insecurity that I might have. So I encourage you ladies to pray that prayer. Allow God to let you see yourself how he sees you. Allow his love to be enough. Well, ladies, I hope that this gave you something to encourage you with. I hope that it blessed you just as much as it blessed me. And remember, continue to grow and glow. Bye.